Yes, singing the praises once again of the SPRI suspension trainer. I know I covered this in a video, how to get in shape with 25 bucks worth of Walmart stuff, and you've heard me talk about it in other videos as well. But guess what? A lot of new people to the channel. I'm going over suspension trainers, and I cannot forget this oldie but goodie, the $15 SPRI gravity trainer. I picked this thing up towards the end of my gym going experience that got shut down thanks to the 2020 thing. So towards the end of my being a member of a gym, I had discovered the TRX at Planet Fitness in their little Synergy 360 area or whatever. And so I found that they had like resistance bands and things you could, platforms you could do plyo jumps and so forth, monkey bars, all kinds of stuff, battle ropes. Started getting into that kind of thing when the gyms closed, and I really was having fun with the suspension trainers and or with the TRX, and I went googling trying to find stuff, what all workouts can you do? Because it was just hanging there, and you're like, huh. And you see a couple people do some body weight rows or something, but then they just kind of move on or whatever. I'm like, what all can be done with that? And so I started watching all the YouTubers who did suspension training, and so I started playing around with it, and I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, when the gyms closed, there was almost no equipment to get anywhere, and I'm so thankful for that too, because I probably would be using different kinds of stuff than I'm using now had there been stuff, and I probably would have spent a lot more money, because I was mostly doing weights and machines and stuff, but you couldn't find any weight plates or dumbbells or anything anywhere. But I was at Walmart and I got a resistance band. I've talked about this in prior videos. And I found this for $15, and I was like, well, I mean, that's close to a TRX, and TRXs are awfully expensive. When this looks like I could probably get the same thing. Actually, unlike the TRX, it has two separate things, kind of like the sling trainer that I reviewed. And there's, advantages and disadvantages to both. I'll talk about all that in the future video. But I mean, I do like the fact that there's separate anchoring points here. The only thing about this that's a negative that I can think of is the fact that you can only use it with a door. It has no other way to anchor it. I mean, I guess if you had a level bar and you wanted to put a big carabiner through that and, they could hang even of a straight bar, I guess you could do that. I don't know why you would want to, but I mean, this thing is basically a door anchored suspension trainer. Have to use a door, and that's fine because that negative is far overshadowed by all of the positives. The first positive being, even with all the inflation happening, it's still like around 15 bucks at Walmart, and they still sell them, and for good reason. I'm sure people, I don't know how many they've sold or whatever, but it is a fantastic door anchor, because any suspension trainer that you're going to anchor to a door, you're going to be able to do all of those same exercises that you would do with any suspension trainer that's anchored to a door. This thing I've had since, I guess, I found it in March of 2020, and it's in really good shape, except for these numbers are kind of like little sewn into the thing, and it's about had it, especially this one. That one's in good shape, but I've never really anchored it that high. I always use that first door stop. You can either anchor it here, or if you want to shorten the strap, here, or here. That 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3 are in really good shape, but I always like to be able to get the most flexibility as far as how I leverage my body, so I always keep it at its max length. And so you can see that little thing is about had it compared to these other numbers, simply from where I've anchored it. But that's the only wear and tear this thing has really had. You know, the handles rotate. It's got comfy padded foot cradles. You know, I mean, there's just really not much to dislike about this thing. So if you've been watching my videos on suspension trainers, obviously there are higher quality suspension trainers that are more expensive, that each have their own little interesting features or whatever. But if you're new to this kind of thing and you don't know if you want to make a plunge, but you want to have an option, I mean, it's still a relatively small footprint. They don't bunch up that well. I have a little bag here that I just throw it in. Got some other stuff. That's stuff that I featured in that video that I did a long time ago with some stretch bands, also by SPRI. I think I have the mini bands as well, just, you know, for little options. I don't really use this stuff anymore, but I keep it just because, you know, fond memories. Plus, I do actually use this every now and then. When I want a no fuss, I just need to throw down some exercises and get it over with without a lot of elaborate setup. You throw these two things over the door, shut it, and you're ready to go. It is a no fuss suspension trainer. As long as you have a door, you just throw these stoppers built into the straps over the door and you just get to work, you know. And so I do actually use this every now and then, like when I'm crunched for time here at the office. And, you know, my lunch break is not going to be as long as I like to get a workout, and I didn't work out at the house or whatever. I'll just throw that on and just do some circuits or something. I don't know. I can't say enough good things about it. It's just a no fuss, no frills. If you're just sitting at the house or you're bored in the office on your lunch break and you want a relatively inexpensive, I mean, talking $15 at Walmart, and I think probably just about every Walmart has them. I've never not seen them at a Walmart, except, you know, when all the exercise equipment was all sold out 2 years ago. I got the last one. But I always see them when I drop by the aisle to see what other little things they have there, you know. But I mean, as with all suspension trainers, you're just going to work out at the house, you know. You go to Walmart, get this for $15. Get a weight vest if you work your way up to actually needing one for legs to incorporate. Get some leg work done or whatever. You know, Walmart has actually everything you need to have a killer physique. I mean, if I just had this bag of stuff and a weight vest, or even just without a weight vest, just you know, increasing the volume on leg training, you know, it doesn't really matter what kind of equipment you use, to be honest with you. It doesn't just train properly with the equipment that you have and you can go a long way. I mean, I always reference him in these videos, but I mean, the TRX Traveler, you got to go check out his channel if you're interested in suspension training with the TRX or anything, because he's built his physique mostly off of suspension training. He'll tell you that he, like me, he got his start in the gym, but, you know, most of his gains have come since he left. So he knows what he's doing with suspension trainers. I don't do the one set to failure thing personally, but I mean, he can show you what can be done. I also like Red Delta Project YouTube channel, Matt's channel. I really enjoy his podcast. He's really big into suspension trainers, so I follow him too. But yeah, $15. So even if you've never done suspension training, for $15, you'll have it in case you can't get to the gym. You know, if you're just sitting at the house, or if you've never worked out before and you're wanting to get into exercise fitness, $15 is your gateway. You can upgrade to a better and brighter and more elaborate, more feature set, you know, kind of suspension trainer later. But just to get in the door, this little SPRI suspension trainer from Walmart is just, I mean, it's anything that you can do with a TRX or any other more expensive suspension trainer off of a door, this will get it done. In fact, this has a way that you can pick your width for the two anchor points instead of just having a single anchor point like a TRX, which also comes in handy if you're one of those people with sensitive skin and you don't like the straps rubbing against your arms and stuff. Having two separate anchor points gives you not just anchoring options for width and all of that. But it also keeps you from having the straps always brushing up against you. That kind of thing has never really been an issue for me. But I can't recommend this enough. I think everyone should skip 2 or 3 combo meals from McDonald's and buy yourself this suspension trainer to have at the house. And even if you have better ones, it's always good to have backup stuff. But this is a no fuss. Throw it over the door, knock your workout out, and it's just great. And there you go. There's the SPRI suspension trainer. I love it. I didn't want to leave it out of this series on suspension training. It is just fantastic, especially for that price. I mean, it's just probably the best cost to feature, I guess, ratio. Is probably the best suspension trainer on the market as far as what you get out of what you pay. Yeah, you're limited to basically being using a doorway, but never damaged any doors with it. It works just as good as any sort of door stop for resistance bands or anything else. So there you go. Go pick one up. I don't get any. They don't know who I am or anything. I'm not just shilling for her. It's just, this thing's been with me for years now, and it served me well when it was one of the few things that I could use. So I always have to speak highly of it, for $15. Just love it. So there you go. If you enjoyed the video or liked it, or know someone who might find it helpful, share the video, click the like button. If you didn't like the video, click the dislike button. Don't care either way. If you want to support Theology Geek Fitness, you can go to patreon.com/Theology Geek Fitness. Sign up, become a patron. $1 every little bit helps. And you get bonus content. You get workout videos featuring the kinds of equipment that you see featured on this channel. Anyway, I appreciate you watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.